mate, Extreme Auto. I've been very busy. I've been super slack with the videos because a lot of stuff's happening in the background, renovating and so forth, and been going away a lot. Anyway, cheeky video, only a quick one. This is on in the Avida Esperance, and we've done a massive power system, 1200 watts of solar, 600 amp hours of lithium, all the Victron fruit. But the reason also for the video is actually the tricky install. So the whole system is essentially in this cupboard here with a massive amount of ventilation. Old mate's going to get a custom made, you know, something made up for this to cover this. So this will be a vent. We normally run the normal aluminium vents like that, but this is a bit of a custom job. So that aside, pretty much the whole system is in this cupboard. It's pretty cool. I'll flip you around so you can see. So we've got the multi 2 here, 12 3120 amp inverter charger. We've got the servo down there. We've also got some temperature monitoring in here because this is a tight enclosure and we want to see what things are going to do. All the busman fuses down there, and the batteries are actually outside in the factory location, which is really good. There was a little bit of a distance between here and the inverter, but it was well under about 2 and a bit meters, so it's well within spec. But just check this out. It's actually really clever. It is a tight spot, hence the ventilation, but you know, we're going to watch what it does. We can monitor the temperatures on this setup to see what it does. Obviously, being the new Orion, these are super efficient. These barely get warm at all. These aren't maxed out. We've got 600 watts going through each solar controller. You know, if they reach the 40 degree temperature area, if they do, they will derate. However, because they're not being pushed to their limits, we're still within spec there. So we'll see what she does. And we're running the Harrier off grid at the moment, so completely off grid with that. We've put in a compressor fridge for these guys. So this had the 3-way in it. So compressor fridge, they can leave this thing on definitely. They won't have to worry about power again at 12 volt. Obviously, when you're running things like air conditioners and stuff, you've got to be mindful of your energy. But with a compressor fridge and pretty much anything at 12 volt, you can essentially set and forget. Even in moderate sun, you know, we're still pumping in. We're in like a massive amount of shade here under a big tree. You know, we're putting in, you know, what, 200 and something watts. So that's not bad. You can do that with a compressor fridge. This thing will pull sort of 60 to 75 amp hours in a day, generally speaking, based on ambient temperature, of course. Ventilation for this fridge, it still retains all of the factory gas ventilation down low and up high, so there's plenty of airflow around this fridge at the back to stay efficient. And this has a seal that runs all the way around it, which, you know, if there's any dust ingress going down a bull dusty road, it's not going to come in and interfere with you know, any of the cupboard work. Very happy with this setup. It's pretty cool. I mean, this is a pretty new van, and we were just chuffed that we're able to get it in here, because a lot of the slide out ones that we do, we have to actually fit it under the bed. A few reasons why. Number one, yeah, it's a very tight spot. So in normal situations, if you flick through some of our older videos, we've actually done plenty of them under the bed. As long as you keep it under that 100 kilos, which is, you know, for the rollers, you know, you are absolutely fine to do it there. And then we end up putting the screen around this location here. But having this set up here is really cool. We've also done the Cowfish setup. So we've got the VanConnect. So this is Starlink ready. So old mate's got Starlink, and he'll simply just plug Starlink straight into this, and it goes through that, and it will run in this whole system. So really cool to be able to do that. Anyway, these guys are set to go off grid for, like, they'll be running air conditioners and whatever you want to do off grid, induction cook and run that microwave and toaster without plugging into the power. They can free camp anywhere. No more worries about power. And you're pretty much limited to water. When you've got a setup like this, you are able to just pull over on the side of the road, run the whole show. You don't have to worry about plugging in the grid to, you know, put the washing machine on or get your hairdryer out or, I don't know, get your coffee machine going. It's simply press a button and you're on. You know, it's so good to be able to do that. And you're going to see this more and more, or as we've all seen now, most of the new vans, they're all moving to Victron, bigger systems that have the ability to do this. People's power demands are getting greater and greater, and people just want to be able to be self-sufficient. You know, they don't want to have to worry about booking ahead. And we all know places are booked out, or they can't squeeze you in, or, I don't know, you get a crappy spot. You know what I'm saying? There are a million reasons why you can see a system like this just works. It's just, you are actually free camping with whatever you want to run. And everyone's different. You know, I keep saying it to people, not everyone needs to run an aircon. Not everyone wants to induction cook. Some people just want to simply charge a laptop, you know, and you scale the system based on the customer's needs. So, you know, these guys obviously wanted to run the aircon and a few more extra stuff, so we've sized up the system to suit. You know, and just scroll back through many of the videos that we've done over the years, and you'll notice they're all different sizes. And they're different sizes because every customer has those niche needs that need to be met. You know, I had a customer that wanted to run his little business inside his motorhome while he's traveling. So we went the full hog. You know, I worked out he needed well over 12 kilowatt hours. You know, and that guy's still traveling around running his business, you know, on the road. His cycling is generally between 60 and 90%. But you know, 60 to 90% of what? Well, 1200 amp hours. So he uses a lot of energy, but he's got the capacity to jam it all back in from his massive, you know, 1.6 kilowatt solar system. This with 1200 watts on the roof, we can actually fit more if we needed to, but with 1200 watts on the roof, that's, you know, 50 plus amps, 60 amps, easy coming in while the engine's running. So if for whatever reason these batteries need a really quick charge, all these guys need to do is drive and the sun will charge simultaneously. So the DC charger will not shut the roof down and vice versa. So if you've got, just call it 60 amps coming in from the sun, it's, I don't know, 11:30 in the morning, beautiful, beautiful sunny sky, and you're driving to your next free camp destination. If you pulled up stumps and you're headed somewhere else and you're at, I don't know, you need to replace 200 amp hours. Well, you're going to get 50 from the DC charger in here because it's got the Orion. So 50 is going to come in from the engine and say 60 is coming in from the sun. You know, to get over 100 amps of charge while in motion is absolutely great. Combining solar and vehicle simultaneously is where it's at. Lithium batteries love to be charged, and they love to be charged quickly. You can do that with them. You can jam as much energy as you can into them. They will accept it. It's almost 1 for 1. So the efficiency's there. And through my eyes, why not? Why shut one off when you can have both pumping in? So, you know, and a mains charger with this multi-2, 120 amps. So if these guys pull up somewhere because they've only driven half hour up the road, as soon as they plug in, the solar's going to keep working, right? And the second they plug mains in, you're talking another 120 amps coming in of charge. So 120 plus 50, 60 coming in to bring these batteries up to a full state of charge. That's warp speed charging. That's where it's at. That's why we like doing big quality setups with big chargers, big solar and big DC charging. You've got energy to use there. Why not replenish it as quick as you can? Anyway, that's enough from me, guys. 600 amp hour job, all the Victron fruit in this Avida Esperance. It's absolutely beautiful. 1200 solar, happy days. See you guys.